What's up, bro? Yeah, I'm feasting on some barbecue wings and barbecue ribs and scrambled eggs with cheese. This is my Resident Evil fuel. I played the first part of Resident Evil Village yesterday. Man, they did Mia very shady. She got destroyed in that game. I don't know if she's gonna come back, but it's pretty intense. I have the game. I already have the game, bro. I demoed it today. Like I said, they really destroyed Mia in the game. Yeah, I got it. I didn't get the deluxe edition. I got the regular. Yeah, they really destroyed Mia in that game. I thought maybe they would have some mercy on her, but she got destroyed. It's good, but it's not the same as Resident Evil 7. Like Resident Evil 7 had you scared, but this game is so far it's intriguing, it's immersive, it's impressive, but it's going to be open world like crazy. 7 was beyond crazy, bro. Like I still remember the first time I put on the VR headset. I couldn't even go into the house. I had to wait 15 minutes before I actually went into the house. I took the headset off. All the time. You're right, there was times I couldn't play that game by myself. It was that scary. And with the VR headset, the jump scares were even more intense. With that being said, PlayStation 5 makes it look really good on Resident Evil 8. But I made it look pretty good. Nice, bro. I hear you, man. The difference with Resident Evil 7 is it's more linear. It's more focused around the mansion. It's not so open like Village. Like I'm watching YouTube videos of how big Village is, and don't get me wrong. I mean, it's great so far, but I could tell it's going to be more open pace, so you could breathe while you're playing the game. How does it play on a PS4? I'm going to be honest with you. Digital Foundry reviewed the game on the previous consoles, and they said that it's still running at 60 pretty smooth. So I wouldn't worry about PS4 being an issue. Capcom has always managed to work with the previous consoles and the new consoles. It's just with the new consoles, you got the ray tracing and you got more sharper resolution. Yeah, so if you were to go buy the game for the Resident Evil 8 for PS4, you won't be disappointed. And even the load times, I don't think would be. Excuse me. I don't think the load times would be that bad at all. I'm very impressed with Capcom. You know. Yeah, it's double dressed barbecue. It's got a hint of spice and then a sweet tangy sauce too. hmm I gotta eat something really good before I go on the live stream for Resident Evil 8. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna play Returnal. Don't get me wrong, but I got the Resident Evil 8 yesterday, and I really want to play that. It's weird, right? You know what? To be honest with you, I haven't even powered on the PlayStation 4 Pro, not once. I haven't powered it on. I've just been so intrigued by the hype of playing the games on next gen. My wife actually picked up Resident Evil Village yesterday, and she got a deal on Hitman 3. And yes, it's pre-owned, but she got it for $34. $34 for Hitman 3, basic edition. So I said, yeah. I looked at the disc, the CD. It looks fine. So, oh, she's got a bone. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Okay. Are you at work right now? Did you just start work, or are you getting out soon? All right, I understand. But if you want to transfer your storage from the PlayStation 4 to the 5 with the Wi-Fi 6 that the PlayStation has, you don't technically have to connect it to a LAN cable. You could just transfer it Bluetooth. That's what I did. I missed it. You're in the UK? Mm-hmm. Nice, man. Thanks for showing up all the way from the UK. That's amazing. You know, this YouTube can be really difficult sometimes, entertaining people. But if I'm just myself and, I'm real with you all, I'm just honest with my opinion, I think that's enough. You know, about 4 hours from now, okay. Yeah, the new Battle Royale game, I'm assuming is going to be Battlefield, which is technically Battlefield 6. Okay. And they already stated that it's going to be next gen only. Great channel. First found you on your Epic pre order for PS5. Thanks, man. You know, that to me was quite a journey. I had no idea where that was going to take me. But even to this day, it was worth it. I talked to a GameStop employee the other day, and I asked a simple question. I said, how is it that with all these consoles that were fraudulently stolen or misplaced in other companies, which is Amazon and um, Prime and all that stuff, how is it that my console was reserved and saved? And they told me that because they're GameStop, they partner with Sony and Microsoft. So if anything were to happen to my console, they would just go into the back stock. And I said, well, what do you mean by back stock? And he said, they have stocks separate from the other consoles that they would resend me the console. So that's why I stick with GameStop. Yep. Here's the new story. is that because all the PS5s are sold out, the scalpers have the PS5s, and the people that were able to get their pre-orders have the PS5. Sony is claiming that they cannot put the same parts in the second batch of consoles they're making for 2022. So what are they going to do? They're going to downgrade the nanometer chip. It's not going to be a 7 nanometer chip. It's going to be either a 6 or a 5. Okay? So who wants the second generation nanometer chip? My best advice to you guys is if you could get a PlayStation 5 right now from eBay or Amazon and check the ratings on the particular seller, see how popular they are and, reputable. If you could get it for $700, it's worth it because you're getting the 7 nanometer chipset. When they come out with the new PlayStation, yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys really sticking with me all this time being on the channel. I haven't been 100% all the time here because of the whole concept of work and just trying to keep up with everything, all the games. Thanks for the likes. I gotta tell you, man, it was worth it. It was 100% worth it because at the end of the day, I could have a crazy day at work, not with people I work with, but I'm talking about dealing with the public, okay? I could come home and I could jump on the next gen consoles and I'm like I'm like 16 again, 16 years old, like going through the UI of the PlayStation 5. Like it just feels so good. It feels so good. And recently I've been having issues with my Series X because it works, but my Xbox Live for some reason it kicks me out of the network. And I was watching some YouTube videos and I'm like trying to figure out how to way to fix it. I know it's not my console. I know it's not my internet. It's just got something to do with next gen, you know? So I, I love both consoles, believe me. That's why I have both of them. The average age of a gamer is 35. Damn, bro, I'm 41. Okay, I'm up there, 41 and going up, yeah. I know what you mean. Yep. But I've been gaming since I was 6 years old. My mom bought me the first, what was it, ColecoVision? And then I had the Asteroid box, and I got ColecoVision. And then my mom worked at this sticker place, and there's a sticker factory. She came home one day and she brought the Atari 2600 with 50 games. She said her coworker didn't want it anymore. I'm like, for free? I'm like, yeah. So I had Asteroids, I had Pitfall, I had Berserker, I had every single game you could name them for free. Why do you think I became so berserked on video games? I started at a real young age, you know? So it really worked out good for me. And then, of course, I upgraded to Nintendo and Super Nintendo, Genesis, TurboGrafx 16, 3DO. Remember 3DO? And PlayStation blew everything away. And Xbox came around the corner, and, I jumped into those avenues. That could be the theory behind why they're releasing in 2022, but the problem is they've already stated that they're running short on the chipsets, which means that not everybody is going to get the 7 nanometer chipset. They're only going to either get a 6 or a 5. That's not good news. Yeah, and you know what? The color of it's going to be black. So they're going to go back to that original PlayStation theme, okay? I like the PS5 because it really makes me feel like I'm holding next gen tech along with the DualSense controller and the 3D Pulse headset. Dude, bros, it's amazing. Like I was almost going to return the 3D Pulse headset and then I realized how to use it and I'm just blown away by the 3D sound in the headset. I don't even want to go out and buy another headset for my PlayStation. The Xbox, I have the Xbox headset. It's pretty good too. Yeah. Yeah, so pretty soon I'm gonna go on a live stream this morning if you guys want to check it out. I'm using the green screen. It's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, it's not as professional as popular YouTubers have it set up from their computer, but for the PlayStation 5, it gives you the chroma key feature that you need to run a green screen. Even the Series X doesn't give you that option, which I'm quite surprised if you think about it, So that's the remainder of my ribs and my chicken wings. All that's left is eggs and barbecue. I'm eating like a caveman, If my wife came downstairs, she would be a little pissed off because she sees that my hands are all grimy with barbecue and eggs. Sorry if I didn't get a chance to answer your questions. I'm just trying to. All right, definitely. You know what? From now on, I'm going to make these videos on a regular basis. I plan on going to Best Buy and looking at the new Samsung TVs, the Sony TV, the LG TV. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'll be doing some more live videos. Definitely. Without a doubt. Man, I love I love the way I eat. I love my wife, how she always prepares me this is like dinner time food, But this is my dinner time because I just got home from work in the morning, It's 6:20 a.m. and I'm getting eggs with cheese, barbecue wings, and barbecue ribs. hmm Yeah, I'm streaming that in about 10, 15 minutes from now. This morning. If you want to join me on that, we'll definitely chat and reminisce. I already streamed the beginning of that game, and it was very awkward to be crawling through the forest with that little glimpse of light and just trying to figure out where to go, and then going through the house where it was really dark. That was unsettling. It was a little uncomfortable because um I had no control of what was going on in front of me. Oh, you too, man. Have a great day, man. Be safe. Definitely be safe. Absolutely. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys showing up. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Another game that I'm quite upset about that they're not going to release. Supposedly, Sony is not in agreement with Days Gone, the sequel, and I'm kind of shocked because they're even giving the Days Gone game the enhanced version with the 60 frames on PS5. Why would they not let Days Gone 2 be released? You know, it's uh, it's a mystery. It's a mystery. But I can tell you this, that what Sony's doing right now is they're slowly opening up those doors, okay? When we first got our consoles, that one door that we needed to get all these different types of games and features, that was closed. Once they gave us the firmware update, and then they gave us the exclusive games, and then they gave us more games from PS Plus. Those were the doors that they were opening for us. Now we're waiting for the ultimate door to be open. To open it, two doors to be ultimately opened. The first one is the firmware update that allows us to use internal SSD storage, because the max that you could use, I heard, was 8 terabytes. You know what you can do with 8 terabytes? You could store all your games, all your PlayStation 4 games, and there's another rumor that Sony is hinting on backwards compatibility. And the reason why they can't bring it to us right away is because, unlike Microsoft releases a small patch. They give you the 120 FPS for thousands of games. I mean, I'm just, in general, I'm saying they almost 100 games, okay? Where Sony gives you the 120 for about 8 to 12 games right now. All right. And the reason being is because Microsoft only needs a mini patch, where Sony needs a direct port from the developers, okay? So right then and there, the developers have to work more just to give us the 120 FPS, the extra features. Where Microsoft, all they have to do is a little small patch. Here you go, guys. Here you go. We got so much coming, okay? Where Sony's like, damn, we should have had this thought of before it came out. Now we have to call the developers. Hey, can you help us? Because we want to get this 120. Yeah, it's going to take a little time, and that's why it's taking, trust me on that. That's why it's taking so long, because it's much more work on the developers to give us the 120 FPS. You know they could do it. You know they could do the 1440p at 120, but they haven't released that patch update. And I don't know if they will, because some people are waiting even to this day for that patch to be released for the TVs of Sony. Nothing has been said or done, you know? So my plate is pretty clean, okay? There's maybe a little bit of barbecue, but it was so good. A little bit of eggs. Yep. I dropped a piece of egg. My wife's gonna kill me. So that's what's going on, guys. Now, other than that, PlayStation 5 has delivered with the games. They have delivered with the tech that you could use with the games, the 3D Pulse headset, the DualSense controller, and of course you can use VR right now. But when VR 2 comes out, that's gonna be crazy, dude. You know it's gonna be wireless. You know they're gonna make it to where it's compatible with next gen ideals and next gen things in mind, So far, I'm really impressed with Sony. If I had the option, or I only had one choice, and it was pick one console, which one would you pick? At this point, the sun is out. Yeah, it's daytime over here. I honestly would pick the PlayStation 5 at this point, because I find myself spending more time on the PS5, not because of the exclusives, not because of, the fact that but because it's always convenient for me. I never have issues with the Xbox a lot. I never have issues with the internet. Everything works so compatibly, and it just feels good. Now, I'm still keeping my Series X, but I'm not playing that as much because it's still nighttime in Texas. Wow. Hey, ever since how was it in Texas now? You guys had it rough. I think it was like 2 months ago or a month ago when the ice storm came through. Man, that was devastation on another level. You know, when I see stuff like that, it really made me feel fortunate, but also kind of like humbled by it, because it could happen anywhere. You know, and it's just crazy, man. The snow pandemic, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. that was crazy, man. Like ice would literally start to form inside people's houses. Like it's something from like a horror movie, you know? And seeing some of the pictures, oh my God, dude. You know what? Those were the testing hours, you know? That was a test. It was a test because I know we didn't go through that, but there was a time where I worked all night and I wasn't working for gasoline. I was fueling school buses in a bus yard and I forgot my jacket and it was supposed to be minus 10 degrees that night. So knowing that I forgot my jacket, I still went into that yard out in the cold outside and I got my work done. But I was freezing. I almost suffered from hypothermia and I would never do that again. I remember coming home and I was shivering. And this was a long time ago. This is about 12 years ago. And that right there really made me feel like I wouldn't say like a Navy SEAL, but like a pretty tormented soldier for a night, you know? It was tough, so I learned how to manage in the cold, but what you guys went through was way worse. Um, and I wish I could have the power to fix everything, but I'm just stealth dragon, you know. That's really it. And to be honest with you guys, you know, ever since I started seeing all these things happening all over the place, I start to make myself smaller because who am I? You know, at the end of the day, I'm just a human being just trying to do what's right, get my hands dirty for the right reasons. But that's really about it. I got all this barbecue. All this barbecue. Yeah. Um. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to streaming Resident Evil 7, 8. Mm-hmm. Really looking forward to streaming that. Give me a second, guys. I gotta wash my hands. I'll be right back. All right. All right. So, believe it or not, honestly, I was almost gonna watch some YouTube videos on the Resident Evil Village just to see how people were doing, but then I just said no because I don't want to be spoiled on how far they already reached in the game. And I had some guys already comment in the messages that my reputation is that I play a game for about 3, 4 hours and then I don't play it again. And in essence, that can be true, but let me tell you why. Because unlike some of those guys, I'm always at work. And so for me to be able to spend more time on all my games, I'd have to stop working. I'm sorry. Like even when I'm not working, I spend a couple hours. Yes, I'm a Call of Duty junkie, okay? But as long as I have all these new games coming, I could slowly set myself apart from it. And Resident Evil 8 is that game. It's that game to take me away from Call of Duty for a little while and to immerse me into the village. And I got to be honest with you, my Q9FN TV, the TV that I still have from 2018, I think it looks pretty good. I really do. Am I going to get the 8K TV? Absolutely. Am I going to get it right away? No. That's a negative. I'm going to get it when Black Friday comes around or after the beginning of January next year. Why? Because the TV is already on its way to being discontinued and the price goes down significantly. You're talking half price. So I want that 85QN900A half price. I'm not paying $9,000 for a TV. If I could pay 45 or 5,000 for that TV, it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. At that price, it's mine. But right now, I'm not spending $9,000 on a TV. And the reason why I'm going 85-inch is because if you choose 8K, you need that screen because of all the pixels, because of all the 8K enhancements that it's giving you. You need that big screen. You could get a 75, but I believe the ratio is not going to be as accurate. So I'm going 8K. Really? They won't support it? Exactly. So it's like, what's the point? I think the TV I have looks fantastic. I really, okay, if you're saying the 8K is not necessary, I could go pick up the 4K QN90A, okay? And I would go to 75-inch. Why? It's only $3,500. $3,500, okay? And one port is HDMI 2.1. But the other three ports, the only HDMI 2.1 feature that's missing is HDR. Okay, when you're connected to 1, 2, and 3, you get 4K at 120 with no HDR. So you're not getting the 10-bit color, you're getting 8-bit color. Is that bad? No. Can it be better? Yeah, you can have all four ports at 2.1. But the reason why Samsung didn't do that is simply because it's obvious. They want people to jump on the bandwagon and buy the 8K TV, okay? Because everybody wants the One Connect box with all four ports at 2.1, all right? You can't, it's irresistible. You can't deny it, all right? To have all four ports 2.1, 4K at 120 with HDR, with FreeSync Premium Pro built into the TV, and of course, you got the quantum dots, you got the mini LEDs, you got all the things. And I'll be honest with you, man, that TV really, really makes me want to go out and buy it. You know, and if forget the 8K, if I could just go with the 4K, I'm pretty sure it's gonna turn some heads. You know, like I hear some good reviews about it, I hear some bad reviews about it. Me, I'm not really worried about it. The only thing I'm worried about is if I get the 4K TV and I put it in front of my wall. I don't like to have my cables hanging out from the TV. That's why I got the One Connect box with the 2018 model. It just blew me away. So, to be honest with you, I don't really need a TV. I'm good right now. What's the point of spending all that money? If I already have a TV that's working, it just doesn't have 2.1. That's it. And even if it doesn't have 2.1 on the Xbox, the only features I'm missing is 4K at 120 because it still does 1440p at 120 and Dolby Vision. Okay? But on the PlayStation 5, I'm missing 1440p and it downgrades it to 1080p with no HDR. So it kind of looks like last gen when you have it connected, but it's not that bad. 4K at 60 with HDR, it works. It works. But 4K at 120, no, that's not going to work. And the HDR is disabled, so that's it. So, what is. I also have Hitman 3. I got that game, like I told you guys, for $34. I never played the game before. I heard some good things about it. And I remember Terrence said that I should get the game. He said it's really good. I haven't got it. And, you know, my wife was talking about the game. She saw it on YouTube. And I said, yeah, all right. You know, but the fact that she could get it for $35, not bad. Not bad of a deal. You know what I mean? Um, you can't see the point of an 8K TV. Yeah, I agree, man. I, I just feel like the 8K, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking if I have the TV, I'll probably be able to see everything on the image more clear. Like, I really want to experience an 8K, because I'm getting older, so I want to be able to have it just to say, wow, that's huge. It's such a difference. It's so much better. But it is what it is. So what do you guys say? Should I go and start streaming Resident Evil Village? I'll still I'll still answer all your questions. I'm all done eating right here, and I got my this is pineapple juice, by the way. Pineapple, you can see it, pineapple juice. So pineapple gives you energy, and then I cut it with water. So believe it or not, water helps your brain breathe. I heard soda is the opposite. It makes your brain drowned. It's weird. I'm like, really? I used to drink lots of soda. I mean, I'll drink a glass of soda every now and then, especially with pizza. You can't go wrong with the Coca-Cola and the pizza. But I'm trying to stay healthy. And as you can see, all my food is clean. Those are bones. So I devoured everything. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so if you guys want, I'm going to jump on Resident Evil Village. I think this live stream was pretty good, pretty decent. And, I'll be probably making a stop to my neighborhood Best Buy in about, I would say, a couple days, because I really want to see all the new Neo QLED TVs. I'm so confused right now. I want to see what's the difference. I want to see a QLED TV that's right next to it, and then I want to see the Neo QLED. And I want to say, is it any different? Is it better? Is it worse? I don't know. But I've heard a lot of people say, based on they having it or their neighbor having it, that it is one of the best pictures they've seen in a long time. So, yeah. And then you got some reviewers that are just trashing it to the point of no return, because the reputation of those people is every single year. It's obvious. All they're doing is trashing a particular TV. They may know their stuff a little bit here and there, but if they're trashing the TV constantly and not giving it any kind of recognition, then it's like, okay, are they doing it for the views, or are they really doing it because they know that the TV is just getting worse? I don't know. When I got my Q9FN, that TV to me was a 10 out of 10 at the time. And now it still is. Just waiting for a patch update for the firmware. Every time they have a firmware update, they either make the quality of the TV better or they make it worse, depending on what the firmware update is. And I'll be honest with you, I think there was maybe 2 updates I wasn't too happy about, but most of the updates weren't that bad at all. And yeah, so I forgot there was one update that really, really was the best one. I think it wasn't the 1270. I think it was the 1260 was, I think, one of the best updates it ever had. Because at that time, I didn't have my TV calibrated, and it still looked really good right out of the box with that new update. So what do you guys say? I'm going to jump on Resident Evil Village. Are you guys with me? Sup, Dragon? How are you doing? Have you played Resident Evil Village? Yeah, I have the game. I'm getting ready to play it right now. I'm going to be doing a live stream on the game right now. And I played it this afternoon. I played the beginning stages of it, and it's different. It's different from 7, but it's still it's growing on me. I have it on standard mode because I'll be honest with you, I'm not as good as all you gamers out there. So if I had it on hardcore mode, I think I would have a tough time. I really do. So I keep it on standard. That way it's balanced. It's fair. It's not like I'm going all the way on easy mode and giving up. So Yeah, I'm about to jump on. You too? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good time, man. I really am. And I'm impressed by what Sony's given us. Now, I heard that the Series X version of Resident Evil Village is running better than the PlayStation. You've not even played Resident Evil 7 yet? What? Matt, if you want the ultimate scare game, if you want the game that's going to make you feel like you don't want to play it anymore because it's too damn scary, play Resident Evil 7. That game, when you're inside that house, oh my God, you feel claustrophobia, okay? And you will scream. You will scream in the game. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna tell you the parts, okay? But you will scream. You will jump scares. It will grow underneath your skin. The game is good. It's good, okay? Because when you're in a claustrophobic mansion, okay, and especially with the VR headset, forget it. Okay, you're gonna be taking off that headset every couple hours because there's gonna be a jump scare. You're gonna take that headset off and you're gonna be like, I need a 15-minute break. Yeah, yeah, it was that good. Like, and that's another thing too. How come Resident Evil Village didn't give us VR? How come Resident Evil Village became so open world? It took away from that immersion of Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7 was just so um it was so immersive, but also it was so small cornered with the house. It was very difficult to breathe at times playing Resident Evil 7. Okay, I could even remember to this day that game scared the living daylights out of me, okay? But Resident Evil 8 so far, I think the presentation is scary, but the jump scares, I don't feel like they're there as much. I mean, yeah, it's still a scary game, but so far I haven't gotten too deep into the game, but I feel like it's more of a presentation. I think that was the whole point. They wanted to take the Resident Evil 7 era and throw that aside and give us something fresh and new. And I guess that's what they did. But I haven't played the game yet, so I can't. I mean, I've played the first part. I played the first part. I streamed it. Judgment, yeah, really good game. Judgment. Oh, that's the Chinese animation game, right? Yeah, I should give it a shot. Or the Japanese guys. Yeah, man, there's so many good games coming out this year, and it's really tough to keep up with all these games. Like Returnal is a great game, and I'm gonna get back into that. But one thing that really bothered me was the fact that I couldn't save my game. So even when I got to the boss at the end of the first level, I almost won the battle, and then I shut off the game because I knew that I wasn't gonna go through that whole game again. Guess what? Now I gotta start from all the way from the beginning. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that that's something that they could have. Maybe they're gonna add a firmware update where there's a save feature. We don't know yet. There's so many good games, man. Battlefield 6 is around the corner. You know that game is going to be top notch. Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. You know that game is going to be animation glory, dude. Just if you play the game on PlayStation 5, the first Ratchet and Clank at 60 FPS, it looks phenomenal. It makes you want to go back to the game and play it. It just looks and feels great. So, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is going to be fantastic, guys. You know? Hey, listen, guys, my battery's at 15% right now for my phone. So if you don't mind, I'm going to end this stream. Yeah, for the adaptive triggers for the game. Exactly. I love that feature. That's what makes PlayStation 5 so next gen ready is the haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, the 3D Pulse headset, and just the way the console looks and everything. That to me is next gen. Now, when PlayStation VR 2 comes out, you know they're going to incorporate that with the tech that's built into the PlayStation 5. I love the Tempest 3D audio engine. I just, Xbox doesn't have that. They have great graphics. They have a great controller feel, texture. They have a great design of a controller. They have a great console. It's got a lot of power. But they didn't give us all those bells and whistles that make us feel like we're in a candy store, you know? Adaptive analog sticks? Holy crap. You mean on the VR? Oh, the VR hands? That would be insane. And, one thing about VR, what goes together is horror games and VR because it really immerses you, it scares the living daylights out of you, and it makes you feel like you're in that world of terror and horror. It's crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The guy that hasn't played Resident Evil 7, I encourage you to play Resident Evil 7. Now you could get that game at such a low price with VR, and you will be blown away. Not VR, the sticks on the PS5. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, but what kind of role would that play with the thumbsticks? I'm trying to visualize the image of maybe like resistance. You're saying or shaking the thumbsticks. That would be weird, and then not in a bad way. That would be pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So listen up, guys. Oh yeah, pushing a rock and it gets hard. Yeah, that's a great point. And Matthew, yeah, I feel you, man, on the whole. You haven't got a chance to play Resident Evil 7. Man, you will be blown away by Resident Evil 7. I promise you that, Matthew. When you play Resident Evil 7, you will be so thankful that I encouraged it and I suggested it. Yeah, we can chat on stream. I'm gonna close off this live stream because my battery's about to die. All right, I'm gonna join the live stream. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm shutting everything down. Thank you guys. Appreciate you being here. We had a great conversation. I wish I could share some of my food with you, but I can't. And other than that, it's been really good. I'm going on the live stream now. All right, guys. See you guys like 2 minutes.